Ladies and gentlemen, if you are playing NBA 2K25 and you're bored, or you're just simply new to 2K25 and you want to find out the best point guard builds in the game, then this video right here is for you. In this video right here, I'm going to be showing you guys two of the best point guard builds in the game. These builds right here get legend shooting badges, legend playmaking badges, and good defensive stats, all around good builds in the game. And on top of the good badges, these builds right here, they can dunk, they can shoot, they can play make, and they can play defense all around the court. So make sure you guys sit back, drop a like on this video. Before we get into the builder, please be sure to subscribe and turn on the post notifications as we are on this road to 500,000 subscribers. And without further ado, it is officially time for me to show you guys the best builds in the game. All right, to start the build off, I'm sure you guys know what to do here, but for those of you guys that do not know, do not use Pro Toon builds, NBA builds, or even the community build. You want to go here to create your own because you want to have the build to be able to do everything in the game. So go ahead and click on create your own. Now, handling this jersey number, it doesn't matter. You can put whatever you want. It's not going to change how the build plays. So go ahead and put whatever you want, and then once you do that, click continue. Now for the position, just like the title says, we're trying to make the best point guard build, and you guys seen the title, the 4-way demigod build, best point guard build, whatever you want to call it. Position, we're going to be going with a point guard. And now for the height, I'm going to be showing you guys 3 builds in this video, and you guys are going to see that all of these builds I'm showing you guys will work with anybody, any play style. So for the height on this build right here in particular, you want to go with a 6'3" build. And then for the weight, since you are a point guard, you want to go with the lowest possible weight, which is 170 pounds. Now onto the wingspan, I see people when they make guard builds, they go lowest wingspan and stuff like that. But hey man, when I make a point guard build, I want to be able to have good defensive stats, good playmaking stats, good shooting. So for the wingspan on all of my point guard builds, I usually keep it around 6'6" to 6'7". So for your wingspan, make sure you have it on a 6'7". But now we are on into the attributes. And when I look on YouTube and I look at the YouTubers builds that be making builds, people make their builds adjustable for their cap breakers. Now I've come to realize not everybody that watches build videos, not everybody that plays the game, not everybody that watches videos in general is gonna have enough time to get cap breakers. So regardless if you have cap breakers or you don't, I got you guys, don't worry. So for the close shot, we're gonna work on the finishing category for now. Our close shot, we're gonna go up to a 78 close shot, and you can see right off the rip, our float game is gonna go instantly to silver. But now we are into the driving layup. Now when I made this point guard build, I wanted to be able to dunk, I wanted to be able to lay up, I just wanted to be an offensive threat. So for my driving layup, what we're gonna be doing on this build is our driving layup is gonna go up to a 77, just because if we can't dunk, at least we can lay the ball up and maybe make some contested layups. So once you have your close shot to a 78, your driving layup to a 77, you want to go down to your driving dunk. Now this is what makes the build stand out, and once you unlock cap breakers, if you do, you will see exactly why I did it just how I did on this build. So for the driving dunk, a lot of people don't do this no more, but hey, they fixed the dunk meter supposedly, and I'm not gonna lie, after patch I've been playing super good on this build. So for our driving dunk, we're gonna go up to a 93, and right now you can see with nothing else upgraded, none of our vertical and stuff like that, we get posterizer just on bronze, aerial wizard on gold. And then for your cap breakers, if you do get them for the season or even repping up, you can see you can get a 94. So but for now, just go ahead and keep it at a 93 driving dunk. That way you can get contact dunks and finish in the paint. But now we are on to the standing dunk, and if you guys have a 39 standing dunk, go ahead and tick it down to 38. Just leave it at 38. You do not want to mess with this. For your post control, we are on the final stat of the finishing category. Go ahead and put your post control right here to a 37, and that's all you're going to want to do for the finishing category. So if you copied along correctly, it should be 78 close shot, 77 driving layup, 93 driving dunk, 38 standing dunk, and 37 post control. But now we are on to probably the most important attributes about this build, and it is the shooting category. So for the shooting, we want to be able to shoot mid ranges, we want to be able to play on the rec in this build, and most importantly, we want to be able to shoot the 3-point shot and be consistent with it. So for our mid-range on this build, we're not going to put it super high. You guys know how cheesy mid-ranges is, and all you need is an 82. You can see you get the mini marksman on silver, set shot specialist on silver already with not touching the 3-point, and then of course you get the bronze deadeye. Now while I've been playing on this build, I'm telling you guys, I fade the mid-range very consistently with all the badges that this build gets, and an 82 mid-range is perfect for me on this build. So go ahead and keep your mid-range at an 82, and then for the 3-pointer, just so we can match it up and get the badges and everything that we need and shoot consistently, we're gonna max our 3-point, well not max it, but we're gonna put it up to a 92 right here. And now you can see we have deadeye on gold, limitless range is now silver, mini marksman is still on silvers, and set shot specialist is gold. Now like I said with the cap breakers, if you are gonna play, if you are gonna grind, you will be able to get this to a 95, and your dunk will be able to go up, and you will be able to get a lot more badges That's exactly why I made this build the way I did. But now we are on into the free throw, and I promise you, if you're stressing, will this build be able to participate in the rec and everything like that? I be shooting with a 40 free throw and a 50 free throw on my center builds. I'm not lying to y'all. I really be shooting. Now, I don't know what it is about the free throw, but it's actually easy. But for now, we are in the playmaking category, and the pass accuracy on this build, I'm already knowing a lot of you build critiquers are out there, and you guys are going to be criticizing why I do this. But I've tested every package from Paolo to Ja Morant to the default to LeBron, and on top of that, I've even tested the fundamental packages. For your pass accuracy, you want to go with a 71 pass accuracy. And I know you may be out there thinking 71's not enough, but for me, it's been enough. I can pass on the twos, I can pass on the threes, I can even pass in rec. But on top of that, I get silver diamond. Now you can see if you wanted to go with an 82 pass accuracy, you could get diamond on gold. But for me, I'm just gonna do 71. I like to do my own things on my build, and every time I do it, it ends up working. But now into the ball handle. You guys already know we're making a point guard build. We want to be able to get open with screens. We want to be able to ISO and stuff like that. So on our ball handle, we're gonna be going right here to a 92 ball handle. You can see we get silver ankle assassin, gold handles for days, and on top of that, we get gold unpluckable. Now, like I keep saying on all of these attributes, if, and I mean if, you play the game and you get cap breakers, whether you get it from the season or repping up, you can put cap breakers on your ball handle, on your three-pointer, and even your driving dunk. So if you want to do the cap breakers, you could do that yourself. But hey, I'm not going to be showing you guys how to do it. I mean, hey, it's pretty common sense what you guys want to do. But now we're on to the speed with ball, and you guys already know we want to be fast. So our speed with ball is pretty self-explanatory, so we can get the Hall of Fame lightning launch. We're going to go with a 91 speed with ball. And if you copy along, here's how the playmaking category should look. But here we are. We are now on the defensive category, and I see a lot of people when they make guard builds, they don't care about the interior or the perimeter defense on their guard builds. But me, that's completely different. I'm not gonna lie, I do not want to get babied in the paint. I mean, hey, it's not a hell of a lot interior defense, but 60 interior defense for me has worked. And then of course, you got to remember, you're smaller, so you're gonna be a lot quicker. You're gonna be able to jump faster and stuff like that. But 60 interior defense is what you're gonna want to be playing. Now look, if you do take this build to the ones court, you guys have seen I've done it in videos. Sometimes it works, sometimes yeah. I mean, the post scorers, we already know how they be in this game. There's no way to stop them. So this is not a build that you're gonna be wanting to play with on the ones every single day. But now moving on into the perimeter defense, you can see right here, we're gonna put this up right here just so we can get the badges. We're gonna put our perimeter defense to an 85, and you can see we're gonna get challenger on silver, on ball menace on silver. Pick dodger is very needed on this game. You get pick dodger on silver, and then of course you get gold off ball pest. And then of course the steal, which is one of the most broken things in this game. Hey, I'm gonna let you guess what we're gonna do, but y'all already know we're gonna put this up to a 91. That's gonna allow us to get glove on gold. And you can see the reason I went with 91 instead of 90 or 89. You can see right now, if you drop it down to 90, look at that badge, it instantly goes away. You need glove on gold. I promise you, you will not regret it. So go with a 91 still on this build. And then of course, just so we can match our interior defense, get chase downs with what we can, we're gonna go with a 59 block on this build, and that right there is going to be the defensive category. So if you copy the defensive stats right, you get a 60 interior, 85 perimeter, 91 steal, and a 59 block. But now we have two more categories. We have the rebounding, and then of course the physicals. And yeah, I'm sorry, this build is not going to be no Ja Morant snagging 50 rebounds per game and stuff like that. That's an exaggeration. But look, our offensive rebound we're not going to touch, and our defensive rebounding, just so we have enough stats, because we are at a 98 overall right now, we're going to keep our defensive rebounding at a 45. But now we are on into the physicals, and then the speed. If you get cap breakers, you can change this, but for me, I'm just going to keep it at an 86 speed. I've figured out when I played on this build that 86 speed is enough. You don't need a 90 speed unless you're making the 5'9" build that I'm going to show. You do not need that. So for our speed, we're just going to go with an 86. Of course, when we get cap breakers, we'll be able to change it all. So for the speed on this build, just go with an 86 speed. You can change this to what you want and for your likings. And now for the agility, just so we're not running out of stamina when dribbling, we're going to put our agility up right here to an 84. If you do anything higher, you will not be able to get the 80 vertical on this build to unlock contact dunks. So our strength, we're going to keep it at 45. And then of course, our vertical, we're going to go right here and put it up to an 80. And you can see anything below an 80 vertical, your posterizer right now, you can see we get posterizer on gold, but if you put it down, you get it on silver. And on top of that, you get posterizer on gold and aerial wizard on Hall of Fame, just because the 80 vertical. And with the vertical, you guys already know posterizer with the dunk meter is actually overpowered. So here's all the categories again. So here's the finishing category, here's the shooting category, the playmaking category, the defensive category, the rebounding category, and of course the physicals are right here. So if we go ahead and click continue, you guys can see we get shades of Kevin Johnson, Jordan Poole, and Lonzo a ball. And hey, this build right here is what I've been using since season 1 of NBA 2K25 on my small guard builds. And you can see the build is a two-way inside out ISO creator, and this build right here is what I like to call a 4-way demigod build. Trust me, this build is actually broken. Now, like I said, that's not the only build I'm going to be showing you guys. Now, this build right here is the meta build that everybody uses. So for your handedness and jersey number, I promise you could do anything you want on this build. Now, me personally, I have this build and I'm doing a 60 to 99 overall series on it. So once you have your handedness and jersey to whatever you want, you could do that. But for the position, you guys already know this is a point guard video, so we're going to be going with a point guard. And of course, the meta playstyle on this game this year is a 5'9". Unfortunately, they removed 5'7s out the game. Otherwise, I feel like 5'7s would be the actual meta of this game. So for the height, make sure you're a 5'9 build. And of course, the weight, like I said, you do not want to go the lowest on a 5'9 because you will be 145 pounds, and that is extremely small. So for your weight, just so you can play defense and everything, you're gonna go with 175 pounds. And then for the wingspan, you're gonna leave it on the minimum, which is a 6'1" wingspan, and go ahead and click continue once you have all that down. Now, before I even show you guys this build, I want you to know this build is strictly for 2s and strictly for 3s, mainly 3s. If you have the skill to play on the 2s court with it, you can, but this build right here is mainly for 3s. So for those 3s players out there, even the rec players out there, these are what these builds are for. So let's get started. For the close shot, we're just gonna speed through this. The close shot on this build, you want to go to a 69, and you can see the badges that you will be unlocking when you upgrade the stats. It's pretty self-explanatory and you will understand it. The driving layup on this build, you're gonna want to go with an 80 just so you can lay up the ball, score your easy buckets like that. An 80 driving layup. And then of course the driving dunk, you're not going to be getting a super high driving dunk since you are a 5'9", so we're going to be going with a 72 driving dunk on this build. And you can see right now that is our finishing category for the most part. So right now we have a 69 close shot, 80 driving layup, and a 72 driving dunk. But now on to the shooting category. You guys already know what we're going to be doing. Like I said in my other build when I showed you guys it, I don't put the mid-range that high on any of my builds. I only be going with like an 80 to 86 mid-range. So for ours on this build, 80 is enough. Mid-range is all you need. The green window is big in the mid-range, so for your mid-range, go ahead and put it up to an 84. And then of course your three-pointer, like I said, we want the highest three-pointer possible so we can get the legend and Hall of Fame badges. Right now we're gonna keep it at a 94. If you get the cap breakers through the season or whatever, you could put them on the three-pointer and get like a 99 three-pointer or a 98 three-pointer. Right now we get Deadeye on gold, limitless range gold, mini marksman gold, set shot specialist on gold. So our three-pointer, we're gonna be leaving this up with a 94 three-pointer. And then of course for the free throw, you guys already know we're gonna just be shooting this up to a 77. But now onto the playmaking category, just so we can get the fast pass styles like that and everything, because like I said, this is more of a rec type build and a 3s build and stuff like that. If you have the skill, you can play on it with the 2s, but it might be a difficult guarding a 6'7" build. So for the pass accuracy on this build, you're gonna want to go ahead and put it up to an 85. And you can see on this build, you get the break starter, dimer on gold, bailout, versatile visionary, and everything like that on this build. So for the pass accuracy, go ahead and put it up to an 85. And then of course for the ball handle, so we can unlock all the animations out there in the game, we are going to be going with a big 95 on this build. We get ankle assassin on Hall of Fame, handles for days Hall of Fame, and unpluckable turns out to be on gold. And then this speed with ball is pretty self-explanatory. We want that legend lightning launch, so we're going to be going right here all the way up to a 94 speed with ball. And man, I tell you, you can see explosive when driving to the basket. Lightning launch on legend is fully unlocked. If you copied the playmaking category, you have 85 pass act, 95 ball handle, 94 speed with ball. But now onto the defensive category, our interior defense, we're going to be bumping it up right here to a 40 interior defense. And then the perimeter, yes, we may be small, but bro, trust me, people are not going to be shooting on us. We are low-key a defensive threat, so on our perimeter defense, we're going to be bumping this up right here to a 95 interior. That's going to allow us to get challenger on Hall of Fame, on-ball menace on gold, pick dodger on gold, off-ball pest Hall of Fame. And now y'all already know, steals are one of the most broken things, and they have been one of the most broken things in the game since patch 1. So for our steal, we're going to be going with a 94 steal, and you can see we get gold glove and Hall of Fame interceptor. And then for the block on this build, if we're playing the 3s, we're going to be guarding the shooting guard. We're not going to be guarding the point guard, so we're not going to be in the ping like that. So for our block, we're just going to be putting it up to a 42. Our offensive rebound, we're guard 8. We're not going to be Ja Morant. We're 5'9". So our offensive rebound is going to stay at a 25. And then our defensive rebounding, we're just going to tick this up 2 right there to a 52. Defensive rebounding, hey, you might be able to snag some rebounds on the fast break or anything like that. But now on to the physicals. If you do unlock cap breakers, you want to put your speed up right here just by +1 so you can get it to the 90. And then of course, the agility so we can dribble. We're gonna put our agility up to 86. And for our strength, I mean, hey, 50 is well enough. I mean, we don't need high strength. We're not gonna be really going in the paint like that unless we have a wide open cut with our 80 driving layup. So our strength, we're just gonna keep it at 50. And of course, our vertical, hey, we only have one attribute left over, so we're gonna put that up to a 60 right there. And you can see this is the build right here. This is how it looks. Here's the finishing category. The shooting category looks good. The playmaking category looks very good. And then the defense, you stand out on the perimeter and getting steals. And then of course you got the physicals, the speed, the agility, the strength, the vertical, everything like that. So go ahead and click continue if you like this build. So ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna wrap it up. Those are the two guard builds that I'm gonna be showing you guys, the 5'9" build and the 6'3". If you don't like the 5'9", you could try the 6'3", and if you don't like the 6'9" build, you could try the 5'9". And if you don't like either of them, hey, just drop a like. I tried to show you guys the best builds in the game, and I think I did pretty good. But if you guys enjoyed this video, or it helped you, or you just want to support me, make sure you drop a like on this video, subscribe, and turn on the post notifications. But ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna wrap up today's video. But hey, if you enjoyed this video right here, make sure you check out this video where I test the best jump shots in NBA 2K25. Hey, you never know, some of these jump shots right here, they might work for these builds. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and click the video. I'll catch you guys over there.